Welcome to episode number 152 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of John Boy Media, and presented to you by our friends over at SeatGeek and taking a seat for the final time in the regular season, although we will certainly catch up with them during the postseason as well. Marlins shortstop Miguel Rojas. Hello, Miggy Ro.
What up, Chris? How we doing, brother? Thank you for having me again. It's always a pleasure.
Okay. You're always a big smiley guy, but I'm really going to make you smile today. You ready?
What do you got? Oh, you got your first pair of Jordans. Wow.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to what I get yesterday. Let me show you.
Oh, boy. See?
Different colorway, but it's kind of the same shoe.
That's awesome.
Unbelievable.
All right.
Do you wear it yet?
I did. I actually wore them at NFL Network when I worked for the first time.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, they were
do you receive any compliments?
Oh, yeah.
From the guys?
Yeah, everybody was like, because usually I don't wear that. You know,
Right.
I'm like the old guy in the room. I'm the old head. And so everybody's like, oh, those look new. I said, not only are they new, they're my first pair of J's.
Oh,
like,
my
wow.
God. So I'm so proud of you. And
Thank you.
This is a moment of your life that you will never forget. So hopefully you can actually wear him a lot, you know, like wearing out to dinner and, you know, show him off now.
I know. I already wore him out to dinner with our friends the other night. And they were like, wow, that's impressive stuff. You trying to go, you having a midlife crisis? I was like, no, these are what people wear now. This is the big thing. The problem is, I could see how they're addicting. Like you get one pair,
they are,
and
man.
then you just
they
can't stop.
That's why I'm not getting too much into like the whole sneaker kind of collection because you know there's a Nike Dunks kind of, you know, fever that is out there right now. There's a lot of pair of them and they look like really good because they look just like the Jordan 1's low, but they have so many colorways and a lot of different like, I don't know, like they do one for like the Chucky Chunk ice cream, and they have a bunch of them. And I don't want to get into that because it's gonna be too much money and too much time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, look at those. Before you know, it's like an ice cream shop.
Yeah, look at that. It's like so many different colors. I mean, combinations, collaborations with another artist. It's crazy, man. Like the sneaker game is something that you have to be careful with.
Well, yeah, you better be careful in the off season because I know when you got a lot of downtime and you know you're just hanging with the family. At the end of the day, after you're a little stressed out or whatever, you want to do a little internet shopping. All of a sudden, you're like, "They're my J's."
Yeah.
Let's try and how many pair are you going to cut yourself out at during the off season?
I'm probably gonna do 2 a month, so 12 pairs maybe throughout the whole off season. You know, 6 months, probably 2 a month is gonna be enough. You know, like once every 15 days I will go to a store and get one. You know, but I mean that's irrelevant because the other day I went shopping here in New York and I got 3 pairs. So I mean, it's a problem, you know. Every time I go and I feel like I see a new pair that just came out, I just get them. No reason.
Gosh. Well, I wish you luck. I know that's your binge shopping. You have earned your salary, so you go do whatever you need to, my man.
Right.
I support you. Speaking of doing a little shopping, the Marlins are going to be in the market for a new manager. Not shockingly, Don Mattingly said that he and the team have decided to part ways. How did you find out? Did he pull you into the office because you have been one of the longest, if not the longest, tenured Marlin, or was it an announcennment he made in the clubhouse? How did that go down?
Yeah, it was in the clubhouse. He actually, you know, like as class, as Donnie is, and he's been his whole career, and I mean the whole time that he's been here with the organization, with the Marlins. He actually pulled the coaches aside first, you know, let them know before the news hit the media, let them know that he wasn't going to be coming back next year. He decided organization that he was just gonna step away, and it's time for a new voice. That's actually how he referred it to us in the clubhouse. Then he came to the clubhouse, pull everybody together, and actually let us know before the news went out there, and let us know that he wasn't gonna come back, but he's still gonna be with us the rest of the season. And I mean, the last 2 weeks of the season that we're gonna have with him, it's gonna be actually an opportunity for us to actually say thank you to Donnie through the game of baseball and playing the game the right way, and go on the field and play hard. He's been so happy with the effort this year. Like when we got to spring training, especially this year with the team that we put together and the expectations that the team have after a couple really tough years, after especially 21. We thought that we have an opportunity to do something special together here, in 2022. So he mentioned something like, yeah, sometimes it's not that you just want it. You gotta go out there and perform, and you guys have been like really good at putting the effort and doing the things that you guys have to do. But sometimes we gotta count on the luck too, guys staying on the field, staying healthy, like a lot of things happened this year that didn't let us accomplish what we want to get. And I mean, Donnie thinks that it's time for him to step out and actually give the organization a chance to find a new voice and get a new guy for next year and the future.
Personally, how sad were you when you heard those words?
Yeah, pretty sad, because you know that, I mean, someday it's gonna end, but for those of you that don't know, I received an opportunity with Donnie being a manager with the Dodgers, and even before that, in 2013, I got invited to this camp that they do in LA. They call it a rookie camp day, rookie camp week or something like that. And I went to LA and I got to meet Donnie for the first time in a dinner. And I actually like started my relationship with him over there, because he told me, hey, they told me that you can pick it. And since that day on, I feel like that was my label, like getting to know him, that I can feel my position and I can play shortstop. But then I actually wanted to show him that I was more than that. I was more than just a shortstop that can play defense. I wanted to prove my value, that I can play and that I can actually potentially be an everyday shortstop. And I mean, he never closed the doors on me. And for me, it's really special, and it was kind of a sad moment, but I'm not gonna feel it until kind of the last day of the season, when I actually giving a hug and tell him how much appreciation I have for him and for his family, and for just for him to actually believe in me and never close the doors on a kid, be the best that he can be and improve from the year before. That takes Donnie, I mean, pieces of advice as big as my father and my mother, and that's why I call Donnie that he's my father in baseball, because he's always been there for me, and not just on the field, but off the field as well, because he always have my back, even in the bad situations.
It's nice to hear. Really is. It's more than just like boss employee relationship. Yeah, that's really cool, and that's what the sport is all about. I wish him well. I've always loved covering Donnie. He's just been
same.
There's very few. It's interesting, Miggy. There are not a lot of stars that become managers in this sport.
Mm-hmm.
Just not. I mean, Joe Torre was a really good player. I think he was a 9-time All-Star, former league MVP.
Right.
But he certainly, even the way they covered the sport when he was playing in the 60s and early 70s, he didn't have the gravitas that Don Mattingly did. I mean, Don Mattingly was the guy on everybody's wall in the 80s. Everybody loved Don Mattingly. The sweet stash, the way he could pick it at first, that batting stance that he had, and he freaking played for the Yankees. Like, he might be the last star we ever see manage in this sport.
Yeah, and that's the kind of relationship that you get with a guy like him. Sometimes you forget the kind of player that he was when you see him there in the bench and you see him managing. I mean, we're playing for a superstar, for one of the best of his generation, and we can't take that for granted. That's why all the guys that we have in over the years with the Marlins, they need to be feeling blessed that they play for Don Mattingly. They get to know Donnie. They got to actually experience flights and post champagne showers when we play in the playoff in 2020, and rookie dress ups, and all of that is part of what, like what is special about like having a relationship with Donnie, being in front of all of that, all the rookies that came to the organization, all the veterans that play for him, Ichiro, Giancarlo, Jelly, all of those guys, and top of that with Donnie is the kind of relationship that you see when you have a guy right next to you for the last 8 years. It's going to be hard not having him going forward.
Let's get this out of the way right now then. You're not going to be the next manager, are you?
No, not yet. I need to play. I feel fine, man. I feel like I'm 33 and I'm playing shortstop every day, and I feel great. And I feel like I want to play at least 3 or 4 more years.
Okay. But you do want to manage one day, don't you?
Oh yeah, of course. I want to manage one day, but I think that it takes a process. It takes a process that you can't really skip. Being a manager is not an easy thing, and I mean organizations are taking that role really serious. You have to be educated in so many ways. Analytic. You have to know the game from, like, I mean, your own experience. You have to have your coaching staff, and I think that's something that it takes a little bit of time. I'm will never close the door on being a manager in the big leagues. I would love to, but I know that's not going to be an easy task to actually accomplish just because I want to.
Okay. I'd hire you.
Just do it.
Okay. Just want to let you know. By the way,
Yeah.
are you going to get a chance to manage, you think, those last days of the season?
No, not this year.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do some things. I need to get my wrist check again. I've been playing with a little bit of pain there in my wrist, so I need to go see the doctor maybe the last day of the year. So I'm probably gonna be doing that for that day.
All right, fair enough. All right, more of the show coming your way, but first I want to tell you a little bit about Win Reality, which is the VR baseball training application. It's available on the MetaQuest 2. It gives players access to unlimited game speed reps no matter where they are, and one of the cool things is you can even use your own bat. Now, we all love baseball, but the question is, when you're a hitter, how in the world do you get better? We see pitchers doing their thing in the lab and, using great technology to increase spin rate and their velocity and all sorts of stuff. And the hitters are sitting there going, like, I have a friend that throws 92 with sink. Like, no, that doesn't happen. So that's where Win Reality helps you out. It has a pitcher library that consists of more than 600 pitchers, all the way from the little dudes and gals, 8U, all the way up to the pros. You can work on release, picking up spin, adjusting to speed. That means hitters get a chance to study every pitch and then hit in the real game as well. Now, Win Reality gives players on all levels a variety of workouts. They're focused on pitch recognition, timing, and decision-making, right? So that means you can walk around the house, maybe go outside in the backyard, grab your bat, put this thing on, and off you go. It is used by a majority of MLB teams. You know who loves this? Paul Goldschmidt might be getting an MVP this year, thanks in part to Win Reality. It is also used by hundreds of colleges across the nation. So obviously hitters love it. Coaches love it because it saves their arm on BP. And then they see these kids making a ton of progress when they actually take it into the cage or onto the field. Parents love it because their kids always improve. And it probably saves them a ton of dough from real life lessons. It is just the perfect thing to do anytime, anywhere. So I want you to go head on over to winreality.com/Rose and sign up today. This will be the last time we have you on before the postseason starts. You are currently in New York, taking on the New York Mets. Dealt them a tough one last night because they are fighting it out with the Braves for NL East supremacy. And that is a big deal because the winner of that division is going to end up getting a bye. In your opinion, Which one of those two teams is better suited for a World Series run?
Oh, you're putting me in a tough spot right here
I know
because
I
I have a
am.
lot of I have a lot of boys there. But I mean, we always talk with what we think, like nothing against any team
No.
or anything. But I feel like the Braves because of what they did last year, and now having Acuna, and I think he's catching fire right now.
Mhm.
He just hit 2 homers last night, and his swing started to look more like himself. There's a point in the year when I feel Acuna is either hit a homer, he's gonna walk, or he's gonna hit something really hard at somebody, and that's what I'm seeing right now from Ronald. They didn't have him last year. We know they don't have Freeman, and I mean Matt Olson is being like fitting in just well for them. They don't have Ozzy Albies, but they found two superstars on the way, and they have Michael Harris and this guy Grissom at second base that they're being doing really good. Plus, they have the depth. Like I feel like their bullpen is really good. All the starters are being there and done that, and I feel like nothing against the Mets and against their guys, because having the Grom Scherzer there, plus Cookie and Walker and
Bassett.
Bassett and
Yep.
a lot of guys that they have in that rotation. I'm not nothing against them, but I feel like the Braves are like looking that they have less holes for the playoff run. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I know Buck Showalter have been doing a amazing job, like mixing and matching with their guys. Having McNeil that he can play like all the positions and he can hit any part of the order is really important for them because it's been actually really really good. But I don't know about a couple of things that they have in their lineup there. With the matchup, with the right and left matchups, and I feel like the Braves are better suited to go for a long run. Is my opinion.
Yeah. No, I hear it. The only thing I worry about is that oblique injury to Spencer Strider because did you ever face that kid?
I faced him early in the year when he was coming out of the bullpen. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean 100 mile per hour and that wipe up slider. I didn't face him as a starter throughout the year. He never pitched against us, but
dude,
yeah, amazing.
filthy. I mean, I'm sorry. When you're setting a record that was preceded by Randy Johnson in the sport,
Yeah,
you're okay in my book.
100%. I feel like
Yeah.
it's been another discovery for the Braves, and that's the thing. Like they've been moving the right pieces and they had the right guys, and I feel like something that I was asking a couple of the guys the other day, Swanson and Riley play every single day, and that's something that is really important too, having guys that are buying into that, not having off days, not taking things for granted and just play every single day. It makes it easy for the manager, makes it easy for the organization when you have guys that they just want to play and they just want to accomplish something.
And it's bad news for you guys, but that team is stacked for the next, like, they don't have like a window. They've got a whole garage door open for their World Series. I mean, when you sign Riley, when you
Mm-hmm.
sign Acuna, when you sign Albies, when you sign Olson, when you sign Michael Harris Jr.
Yeah,
to a deal after just a couple of months in the show, like they are.
yeah. If you notice, that's seven guys that you just named there. You know, so that's seven guys in your lineup plus the catchers. They're good there. They got
Mhm.
Contreras, they got Derno, and then in left field they're not too shabby either. They can put Eddie Rosario, they can put Marcelo Zuna, they can put Robbie Grossman, and they can actually put Orlando Arcia back there. So they have a lot of depth. They have 80 Adrianza on the bench that can play every position, but they have the main guys playing every single day. Like they have seven guys locked down with contracts that they know they're gonna be there. They're gonna play every day. So that's why I feel like there are less holes in that lineup and
Oh yeah,
with a team.
they're good. Hey Robbie, let's see if we can pull this up on the fly. This is one tape I forgot. Uh, we saw you. I don't know who was mic'd up, whether it was the ump, you, or the catcher recently, but there was a called third strike. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I got called out of strikes, and
Yeah.
I let him have it a little bit, but
Yeah, but you know what? It was interesting that I'm always fascinated by what guys are allowed to get away with. Like
Mhm.
Kevin Millar always told me that there's a way to argue with umpires to get your point across and not be an asshole. And I
Right.
thought that you hit that tone perfectly. Are you cognizant? Like, do you think about that? Because it's such a snap thing when you get called out on a third strike and you don't, and you know that it wasn't a strike. Like, it's easy for you to snap.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
kind
I
of walk
feel
us through
like
that.
yeah, I feel like in that moment you have to be kind of, you gotta express your point and some like with some respect to the guy that is working there, because you can never forget that they're humans and they're at the end of the day you're gonna have to like deal with them. They're part of the game, and the umpires are really good people and really good persons. They I mean they come like they're there with you every single day, and it's really hard for you to actually just say, you know what, uh screw this guy. I just gonna be disrespectful, because you don't want to get into a fight. You just want to let him know that, like, you're not taking it easy. A strikeout is a strikeout, especially when you're battling with this guy, and then you take a ball that is like this far off the plate, and you know it. Sometimes you know that the pitches are way out, and you gotta let him know, even when you like cost maybe one or two times right there. But yeah, always trying to be respectful no matter what, because I know I gonna be with this guy for like, let's say it's a four game series, and this guy is gonna be in third base next day. How I gonna see him like in the face for 9 innings, and then the next day he's gonna be even closer to me at second base. So you still want to be respectful. You want to get your point across. And I mean, there's a lot of frustration and a lot of hit. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to be okay with them. And, just you don't have to be friends. But at the same time, you just have to respect everybody.
Yeah. Robbie, let's see if we can hear this. Let's see if we get this.
No way.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's not even close, bro. Not even close. I'm talking outside.
I'm with Miggy on that it wasn't close.
You see that I even threw a bro there? So
What'd you throw?
a bro.
Oh, bro.
That's
Yeah,
not a
that's not
strike,
even a
bro.
close, bro.
So yeah, for me that's the kind of thing that, I mean, he knows. Umpires knows that they have to have like some kind of, room for us to actually argue some things. And I mean, we have to be okay with some calls, because I mean, obviously nobody's perfect. So
No, but that's arguing. That's perfect. That was arguing 101. You didn't
yeah.
call him a name. You didn't say you suck at your job. All you said was, that's not a strike, bro. And it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, you're just reporting the facts at that point.
Yeah, sometimes I'm not sure, but I still fucking go for it.
I am amazed, actually, to be honest with you, with batters, how right you guys are. When you guys look back at the ump, and then they put the strike zone up there. I know it's not perfect all the
Accurate.
time,
Yeah,
but the technology is certainly pretty good so that they can tell whether it's a strike or a ball.
right.
And you guys are so good at figuring out what a strike is and what isn't. Like, it could miss by that much. And I'm like, damn, those hitters are good.
Yeah, and it feels like this much. It feels like the ball is like way off the sun for us.
Right.
Sometimes when you get a bats and you're looking for a specific area, and you know where it is, where the line is, in the outside corner or the inside corner, you can actually tell that the ball was so close to you. Or there's other days when you're like stepping in the bucket, and you kind of open your hips up because you're looking in, and then you see something away that it looks like this far
Right.
away, and you're wrong because like you're looking in so much. And that's the thing of the game. Sometimes you just have to bite your thumb and go back to the dugout and watch the video and see if you was right or not. But I mean, there's days when you really know where the strike zone is.
Hey, it is always important to show up early, in my opinion, except when it comes to your performance in between the sheets. Then you just want to show up when the time is right. And that's why Roman Swipes is here to help you out. They are convenient over-the-counter wipes that are clinically proven to help you last longer in bed. Hey, guys, this is not a joking matter. It's not funny, and don't worry, you have help out there. Not only from Roman swipes, but you have to know that there is a certain percentage of men that deal with this issue. And it doesn't mean that you should sit in the corner and say, oh, gosh, I'm never going to get this back. No. You're going to be fine with Roman swipes. You're going to be happy, and your partner is going to be happy. Now, to use, it's really simple. Remove the disposable swipe from its discrete pocket-sized pack. You wipe on the most sensitive part of your penis. You allow it to dry for 5 minutes, and you're good to go. There's no scent. There is no taste. So when your partner goes, are we good down there? You can say, we're not good. We are great. So here's the deal. You're going to get 20% off your first order at GetRoman.com/Rose. That is GetRoman.com/Rose for 20% off. And all swipe orders, they include free 2-day shipping, and they arrive in an unmarked package. So there you go. Take care of yourself so you can take care of that someone special in your life. Thanks to GetRoman.com/Rose. All right, let's start talking about some important stuff. My now 17-year-old son, Brady, has been your fantasy football advisor.
Yep.
He said after your draft that you had, I think it was in Philadelphia. You guys had
It was in
draft,
Philadelphia,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, all right, Miggy told me his team. I told him not to take Josh Allen that high, but he wanted Josh Allen. Really, I got to tell you, Josh Allen's been great for you so far. What's your record through 3 weeks?
It's 2-1. I just lost this last week. I got a couple down guys that they really helped me the first couple of weeks. So Jacoby Myers, it was a great pick. I didn't even know this guy. And Brady actually gave me this name during the draft. And I love it because I didn't even know the guy. Like I said, like I don't know much about football, but I'm really into fantasy football because I like to follow the stats. I know the guys who can catch a ball. Like I'm playing in a league that catches are really valuable. So that's why I picked DeAndre Swift from the Lions, and it's been really good. Now that he's dealing with some ankle problems, that was a huge blow for me. That not having him playing, I didn't put him on my lineup last week, and he scored a couple points, but I didn't need that. But yeah, this week it was a little different because I got a couple guys that underperformed, but still Josh Allen gave me almost like 30 points every week,
Yep.
So that's why I always have the strategy, like if I pick down in the order in the draft, I like to get the best available quarterback. And he's been proven, he's been proven that he can throw for almost 300 yards every single time. And I feel like those points are really valuable in fantasy football, and that's why I got him,
He's always very excited. He's not texting you too much, is he?
No. He's doing perfect. I feel like sometimes during the week, I don't pay too much attention, but I need to be on top of the waiver wire and the trades and all that, because I never run the team by myself, and I don't want to miss anything. So that's why I appreciate what Brady's doing for me.
I know. Don't worry, we're all rooting for you to go get that pot of gold at the end of the fantasy football rainbow.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of worried about the depth of my team. I need to get someone on the bench that actually get me some hopes that I can put him in the lineup at some point. Yeah. Because right now, I don't know, man. I need the insight from like the guys who knows who's coming from college, who's a rookie that can play for the team in maybe a week or two, whatever. I don't know.
I know. Well, that's the thing, is that there's so many injuries in this sport, right? DeAndre Swift could be down for a few weeks. Yeah. So you're gonna have to find another stud running. Who are your other running backs?
So Joe Mixon and I got a couple guys. Hines from the Colts. Okay. I got I just got a trade proposal that they want Sam Brown. I got Sam Brown from the Lions, and they want him, and they're gonna give me one running back and one wide receiver. So
you better run that past your advisor, Brady Rose.
I will for sure. I just got the proposal this morning, so I'm still thinking about it, and I will never do anything without my advice.
He'll help you out. He'll keep you straight. Sure. All right. Were you watching Albert Pujols' 700th home run live?
I didn't watch live, but I saw it when it happened. Like, I mean, I saw the post on social media because our game was ended and I was getting treatment or something like that. I was on my phone, and I knew he hit the 699 during the game, during our game, like later in our game, and then he hit 700 like a couple innings after, next at bat or something like that. And man, what an amazing honor to play with Albert, to get to know him a little bit around, around the fields and in the spring training when we, we're sharing kind of complex there in Jupiter. Seeing that he was coming back to St. Louis, I was hyped on that. Remember when we did the draft lottery or whatever on free agents? I want him to come back to St. Louis. I felt like, I mean, that was happening. That was meant to happen, for Albert to come back. And wow, 22 homers in a season or something like that already, and getting to 700 is, I mean, wow, and so special for him. And I know how hard it's gonna be to watch or witness something like that again.
I think it's special for obviously the entire baseball community. I mean, geez, it's a table of four when you're talking about Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, and Albert Pujols.
Right.
That's not bad. It's pretty good. Does it carry more weight in the Latino community based on, because, those of us that grew up in the States, we don't know what you guys go through in terms of dreaming big and how to get from, whether it's you, Venezuela, or whether it's a guy like Albert Pujols in the Dominican, or what, someplace else, to want to dream and get here. What does it mean for the Latino community in baseball, in your opinion?
Yeah, no, for me, having one Latin player in that table of four, all of the other guys, American guys, grew up in United States and went to college maybe or high school or whatever, and then they got drafted and they got the opportunity to get into the system right away. Instead of Albert and all the Latin American players, we have to take a different route. And it's signing when you're like 16 years old, leaving your house and leaving your comfort zone so early in your life to go and pursue a dream. And on top of that, you're in the minor leagues doing something that you probably never do before. It's not, I'm not talking about playing baseball. I'm talking about like adjusting to a new culture, playing in new ball fields, living with dealing with the cold weather and all that in April. It's really hard for us to actually adjust to all of that. And on top of that, Albert Pujols putting all those numbers and being the kind of player and the kind of person that he was in the community, and for him to adopt the culture right away and get to do all that is really special for us, and actually make me feel like I'm part of that, because I'm Latin, I'm doing the same thing that he's trying to do, and he overcome a lot of things. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't that easy, that what the numbers show right now. So I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for all the Dominican people and for the Latin community. I feel like it was part of my my family that accomplished something like that.
Yeah, I think, and I'm not exactly sure how Pujols ended up doing it, but I know that he ended up playing maybe at like a community college in Kansas or something, and then ended up getting drafted by the Cardinals. Maybe 7th, 8th round, something interesting like that. But you're right. The process, whether it started in the minor leagues right after you get signed, or whether you have to come on over here and adjust to a community college. And I mean, because that's like being in the minor leagues anyway.
100%.
Yeah. So it's really fascinating what he's gone through. And I'm just so happy that it ended up being in a St. Louis Cardinals uniform. Because I'll tell you, once he left there, I didn't think there was any way he was going to come back. But for him to come back, and most importantly, be productive this year, the way that he has smashed left-handed pitching, I really thought at the end of his Angels tenure it was over.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people could have said that, but I mean, you can never take a guy like him, down, because he's a pure hitter that he's gonna find a way to make adjustments, and sometimes it takes longer than just a couple weeks. Sometimes people say, oh, this guy's struggling, he's gonna have to maybe in 2 weeks he's gonna get it back. No, maybe it takes a year. Maybe it takes a full off season of changing your swing. And I mean, a lot of people goes through that. Hopefully, I mean, he can finish this week strong, and then I mean, whatever the playoff hope for the Cardinals and for himself, because he deserves to go to walk away the way that he's doing it, man.
You're going to have a playoff game where Waino's on the mound, Yachty's behind home plate, and Albert Pujols is DHing. That's pretty sweet.
That's gonna be pretty sweet. And I mean, for Yachty and for Waino and all the guys over there, I think it's pretty special that they can actually go for the last run, you know.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and I got goosebumps when I was watching on TV that Albert talked to the team after the game, and the things that he say, you know, like some people listen to that and could say, oh yeah, that's what everybody say, but that's the reality, you know. You have to enjoy the moment and enjoy your teammates, because you never know when you're gonna get there again. And I know those guys are being there for like maybe 10 or 12 times, but it will never get old, you know, that feeling of like going for another run. And that's what we all want, you know. We all want to be in that clubhouse popping bottles of champagne and going for the playoff run. So that's why I'm happy for the teams that could have made it this year. And hopefully I can actually embrace that moment at some point again.
I hope so, man. I'm rooting for you so hard. I really am.
Hey, you Rose Rotation listeners. NFL action is in full swing here on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. We're talking touchdowns, big plays, and even bigger wins. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win and get $200 in free bets when they do. If that's not enough, everyone can boost their winnings with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Right now, for every leg you add, you can boost your winnings with up to 100%. With payouts bigger than ever, why bet on football anywhere else? It doesn't make sense. DraftKings is the place to be. To make things even sweeter, you can throw down on stepped-up same-game parlays once per game day all season long. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code ROSE to get $200 in free bets if your team wins when you place a $5 bet on any football game. That's promo code ROSE only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Now back to the show.
You guys did get to have a little fun. This is always the time of year where we do the rookie dress-up sort of thing. Who is responsible for getting all those costumes?
Well, it was a team effort this time. Actually, the players always get together and say, okay, we have this idea or that idea. But we have a great person running our social media channels, Sarah Peñalver. She came with the idea of boys bands, you know, like Kiss, the Beatles. We got Prince somewhere in there. We got another customs because, you know, like we got a lot of guys called up in the middle of like September when the minor league were about to be done or injuries or something like that. And that's why we put a couple inflatables there. I mean, but it was a great time. I feel like, well, with Sara, Luis Dorantes, which is our interpreter, in Spanish, he did all the job. He went on Amazon and get all the customs. And then after the game, we have to paint the face from the Kiss band, right? And the Kiss band happens to be all the Latin American players, the Dominican guys who are on the team. And they didn't know what was going on.
Way.
And that was perfect because they don't know who Kid is. We have to show him pictures and stuff like that. And they were having a good time. And I feel like we did a pretty good job with the dress up this year.
Yeah. I mean, I used to love Kiss when I was growing up. My my de facto uncle, he wasn't my real uncle, but I called him Uncle Carl. Right. He was like their attorney back in the day. So
for Kiss? Wow.
Yeah, for Kiss. And then hit the fast forward button. One of his kids had to have been a second marriage because he was so much older. Paul Stanley, who's one of the Kiss musicians. His kid went to the same school that my kid went to, same elementary school.
Wow.
So we used to see him, and It'd be weird seeing him without all of his makeup on.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Hi, Paul. How you doing? Weird.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, so that was kind of a cool little thing. I thought that was neat. And then you have become a music video star. I think you told us about maybe going to shoot this or whatever it was. Here's a little taste of Miggy Ro in the background doing a little head bobbing. I saw you doing your thing.
Yeah.
Con los diablos en la azotea y contigo en el penthouse. No estamos en Disney, pero el R con el Mickey Mouse. Vamos a hacer todo lo que hemos hablado.
There you are in the dugout.
That was me.
Yeah, I saw you. Did you make a play in the field too?
Yeah. I make a play on the field with Robinson Cano too. So Robinson Cano was the second baseman.
Okay. I should have noticed that with the throw.
Baseman. Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what this is and how we shot it and all that.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the, great experience, best time of my life so far because, I don't take this for granted, man. When you have an opportunity to be with these kind of stars, like a lot of people in America maybe don't know these guys and these names, but Anuel, Jay Cortez, and Mike Towers are three of the best icons in the reggaeton industry. So for me to get invited to do this and be part of this production, it was pretty amazing because it's something that I always gonna keep. It's always gonna be in YouTube for people who wants to watch it, and I can actually show them that I was in a reggaeton video, and it actually fit perfectly for the things that I wanted to do long term because music is always being kind of something that I want to do, other than baseball, and creating my own level now and having this connection with artists like that and managers and guys who actually like the sport and I like music. There's a lot of things that you can blend there, So for me, that was a great experience, and it happens because it happens in Miami. They get to know me because they came to the games before, and they actually give me a text message first, and then they call me and they say, hey, you want to be part of this? We're gonna have another players. We want to have some professional players there, and happens to be Robinson Cano, Guillermo Heredia from the Braves, and me just being in that video.
So how long? When did you shoot it?
It happens last off season. By the end of the off season, like it was in December. And the next, I'm pretty sure the next question is how long it takes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a long day, man.
Yeah.
I got there at 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and I didn't start shooting our part until like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Oh.
And I got out of the ballpark at 6 a.m. in the morning when the sun was out. So in Miami, the roof was closed, right? For a little bit, and then they opened the roof to shoot the video with the roof open, and they have to actually close it back on because the sun was already out, and the whole video was at night, so that's why they want to do it at night. So it was an experience. It was an experience for sure.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the experience because anybody that has worked in this industry understands it. That's the reason that covering live sports is the best.
Right.
Because you know what? It happens. There's no reshooting. You just go with whatever happens and you get out when you're done.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
with this, oh my God, people are like, all right, well, hold on. The lighting isn't exactly perfect. We have to redo the lighting. So then the lighting people come in and they fix stuff. I could only imagine when you told me they opened the roof, I was like, that's a bad idea, bro.
And one of the things that the artists, they got tired too, and they want to go take a break. So it wasn't us, we was there the whole time in the dugout. I wish I knew how it was gonna be, so I enjoy a little more, like maybe take my own break, maybe sit down a little bit and wait. No, I was there like on top of the thing, like thinking that always was something always was gonna happen, and all of a sudden the artists say, no, hey, I'm going back to the truck, and they take like a 20 or 30 minutes break where we did nothing. So for me, it was like I wasn't prepared for that, and it was a point where I said, "Hey, this is enough. I need to go." But I mean, I end up like staying until like almost a final shoot, the final thing that we shoot, and I say, "No, I'm out. I need to go work out or whatever," and because it was 6 a.m. in the morning. I was
Dude,
there
you
for
went
like
right
12
from there
hours.
to the. Did you go right from there to the
No,
gym?
no.
You went home.
That was a little excuse for me to go home.
It is
Yeah.
amazing. It is a different world because I know some people obviously who work on different productions. And this one person I was just talking to, she works on a pretty big network show as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she said the star of the show, and he is a big, big star. I said, how is he? Is he nice? She goes, oh, he's sweet as can be. He doesn't love showing up on time. I said, what the hell does that mean? She goes, oh, he can be 3 hours late. And I'm thinking to myself, could you imagine if like Sandy Alcantara just wanted to show up 3 hours late to his start and everybody pushed
and
it back?
and everybody's there. We're just waiting.
Yeah, we're just waiting, just playing a little infield. Oh, here comes Sandy. Don't worry, he'll be ready whenever. She said that this guy had it written in his contract that twice a week he has to show up on time.
Wow. That's gotta be one of the, well, I can understand that now because I was part of this production, and well, you know how it is. They actually put a schedule up, and sometimes you just wait there until they get there. That's how they are.
There's a saying in our business. It's called "hurry up and wait."
Exactly.
That is it to a T. Yeah,
that's exactly what I felt. I felt like I was a little late because they say you need to be there at 5, and I got there at like around 5:20, and I was like panicking because in baseball, like I mean in sports, if you're late for a time, you're late forever. You're gonna have to pay a fine. If you're late for a stretch, you're in trouble. But it's not like that in this business. Now I understand. Next time I will get there around 8 p.m. and I'll be fine.
It's nuts. Hey, I want to ask you one other thing before we get out of here. Is there any update on you playing for Venezuela, or when do we find out?
Well, the thing is like the Venezuelan team or the organization, as they putting the team together, they're not gonna announce it like who's gonna be on the team until like a couple of days before the classic starts. Well, what I did, I received a call from the manager, which is Omar Lopez, first base coach from the Astros, telling me that I'm gonna be part of the group. So we're gonna have a big group that we know we're gonna be in maybe a concentration or something like that during spring training. I don't know where we're gonna go yet, but there's gonna be a group that is gonna go there, and then from there they're gonna decide who's gonna be representing the team. But I'm pretty sure that whoever is gonna end up like making the team and being on the first 28 or 30, I don't know how many guys are gonna be in the roster. I know that team is gonna represent us the right way, and it's gonna be the right guys for the first round. And then if they need me in the second round, or if I make the first one and they need someone else on the second round, that's the way that they want to do it. They want to actually have some depth just in case we need someone in the second round because we're facing different pitchers, or we're facing a lefty here, lefty there, or right there. So, but I got informed that I'm part of the group that going to go and get represent Venezuela. It would be an honor for me.
I know,
like
you told us.
Like I always say, I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to play for my country, especially in a competition like this. And I mean, I'm down for whatever, man. I can be from the water boy to the shortstop. I don't care. I just wanna actually go and represent my country and be part of it.
I could be the water boy. You're better than the water boy. Who are the other Venezuelan shortstops out there?
Well, we got so Andres Jimenez is playing second base for the Guardians now, but he's a shortstop. He can play short.
Yes, he can.
So Elvis Andrews and Gleyber Torres, he's playing second for for the Yankees, but second base is already occupied in our team. I'm pretty sure everybody knows
a little
that
bit.
The Jose Altuve is gonna be our second baseman in that competition. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple options that the team can go with. If they want to go the route of going with Jimenez at short, or maybe me at short and Jimenez as a backup, or I can be the backup or the infield. I play other positions as well, and I can play first late in the game. I can play second, third. Like I told the guys that are getting the team together. I say, you know what? Count on me on whatever you guys need me. You guys know I can play first. I can play second. I can play some third. And I mean, obviously, my prime position is shortstop, but I would love to represent the country.
I wish you luck with that. We'll have plenty of time to chop it up before then. But that's a fun team, by the way. A lot of good dudes. I love Elvis Andrus. I'm a big Elvis guy. Obviously, a big Altuve fan. And Jimenez has been, behind Jose Ramirez, the most important Cleveland Guardian on their team this year. So, fun stuff for you. Fun stuff, my man. All right, let's spin the wheel of moderately interesting things. Grade A. Okay. How were you as a student in high school?
I was pretty good. Always wanted to get good notes, so my family wasn't getting mad at me and let me play baseball. So that was my motivation there.
Well, was there a I don't know what the schooling is like. I imagine it's different in Venezuela than it is in the States in terms of how they break it down. What was there a subject that you liked the most?
Well, I like math, and yeah, we have a couple other subjects that like physics and biology and all of that. But I was good in math, and obviously in sports, and I was good in English too. So I don't know. I feel like math or biology. I was really good.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Did they teach English?
They teach English a little bit. That's why I got my that's where I got my basics when I came to the States, because I was good at English in school. So I got to know a little bit of the basic stuff. So
right.
when I got to United States, it wasn't that hard for me to understand a couple of things. So I always wanted to be good in school, because I knew that was gonna help me staying out of trouble anywhere. And if baseball wasn't working out, I knew I could have go back to school and do something else.
You've done a lot of good on and off the field. It's always great catching up with you. Don't be a stranger during the postseason. Let's catch up and maybe.
Oh, let's get together for sure. It will be really nice if we do one while I'm in Montenegro.
Whoa.
So I'm going to Europe. So I'll be out for like 2 weeks, but it would be nice if I can do some like one podcast with you from a balcony in Monaco or something like that.
I'm in. I don't know if you want me bothering you, but I'm in.
No, I will text you the dates that are gonna be there, so we record one when I'm there, and I'm definitely gonna be watching the playoffs. So
don't forget to check with Brady on your fantasy football trade. Okay,
I will do that today, because I need to get some players.
Sounds good. All right. Well,
thank you for the help or for the effort. Thank you, John Boy, again for having me throughout the whole year. It's been amazing. I always receive really good comments and commentary from our podcast. They always looking forward for the next episode, and I'm glad that we can bring you guys fans all the entertainment and all the good things that we talk here. And like you guys know, it's coming from the heart. And thank you for having me for another full year, man.
You're the best, man. We'll keep doing it in the off season. Finish up strong. Tell Donnie Baseball I appreciate him. And thanks as always for your contributions. We always love hearing it. Great insight.
Thanks, Rosie. Appreciate
you got it. So for our outstanding producer, the one and only Robbie Scirocco, and Miguel Rojas, who will be heading off to Montenegro in the near future. I wish I could come along with him. I am Chris Rose. We'll see you next time here on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of John Boy Media.